Hello everybody, welcome to my first trying to solo film this at a weird angle, so hopefully this doesn't look really weird and awful. But yes, we are here to unbox my most highly requested special edition, the Korean exclusive Danganronpa Ultra Despair Girls Collector's Edition. Now, super duper duper shout out to friend of the channel, friend of the show, friend of the whatever, Eric. Thank you so much for reaching out and helping me get this. I cannot thank you enough, because I mentioned this in a random podcast that this is like the collector's edition I've had the hardest time trying to get, and you were super helpful. I cannot thank you enough, cannot owe you enough. But yes, if you didn't know, I like Danganronpa. If you didn't know, I love Steelbooks, and if you didn't know, I love the PlayStation Vita. Now, the Steelbook PlayStation Vita community has been very thirsty, because up until now, these are all the Steelbooks I had. The Best Buy Canada Assassin's Creed 3 Liberation Steelbook, which is extra sad, because all it can do is hold, well, barely hold, a PlayStation Vita case. It's about the size of a Blu-ray, right? Blu-ray case. Yeah, it's the size of a Blu-ray case. Really chunky. Doesn't really scream Vita. And then back in, actually right before NIS was just about ready to stop for the first time, thankfully not the final time, making Vita games, they did a Ys 8 Lacrimosa of Donna Steelbook. This came with the Vita Collector's Edition. Unfortunately, doesn't come with a place to put your Vita games. Now, as I've shown before, there are some Japanese Steelbooks that actually do let you have, I could probably grab one, hopefully, not totally screw it. Here we go. Let's grab the one for Persona 5 Strikers. Now, there are a few Japanese Steelbooks that do hold Switch and Vita cartridges, but those were never marketed as for Vita games. Probably the closest one that was, I'm trying to remember if this one even did, Catherine Full Body? Yeah, Catherine Full Body technically probably is one of the few games that came with this Steelbook that you could put your Vita version in. But we are here to look at a very different kind of Steelbook, and that is this Mystery Collector's Edition, as everything is falling over. So, interesting, this is one of those things where the game came outside of the Collector's Edition. That is kind of common sometimes, though. So let's just get this bad boy open. Here's the box. Really nice art. Now, I was looking this up of when this actually came out. Surprisingly, the Korean version of Ultra Despair Girls is actually like the last released version on Vita. This wasn't even published by Spike Chunsoft. It was published by Intra Games, a company I have never heard of, and I went to the PlayStation Store to look up more about them, and they no longer exist. Or at least, they no longer have the publishing rights. So let's take off our little "you're in trouble if you remove this sticker." Thank you. I'm sure we will not be returning this anytime soon. But this will be nice to keep the box later. Oh, it feels really nice. So, it is a matte, pretty thick cardboard box. I like the Vita logoing there, but it's not like too apparent. Not a ton of branding, but at least you have a couple of the kids there to represent. Now, most people don't know this. Okay, opens up like this. Now, most people don't know this. Danganronpa is, well, probably a lot of people know that Danganronpa is like one of my favorite Vita games, or just series in general. But most people don't know, Ultra Despair Girls is like probably tied with Danganronpa 2 as like one of my top favorites. Now, V3 gets the #1 spot, but I know that's very controversial. So here's the boring part. This collector's edition came with an exclusive theme, which I am sure has either already been expired or redeemed. I actually don't see an expiration date, but it was the theme that NIS America gave away for free. It's a really loud theme. That's one of the weird things I remember about that. The theme was like obnoxiously loud, so when you would turn it on, it would just play the theme song super duper loud. And then, oh, the Steelbook's hiding, but we gotta show this. This thing is massive. here is the Ultra Despair Girls art book. To open it up for you all, not for me. Now, I am sure this will have some spoilers, so I won't flip too far. But I have the Danganronpa 1 and 2 Steelbook. Danganronpa 1 and 2 art book. And this series, ironically, actually, this has less concept art than I would have guessed. And a lot more, like, facts and color palettes, which is kind of interesting. But yeah, let me flip through to the end a little bit. See how spoilery it gets. Okay, there's a Q&A. Oh, it actually shows off, like, the materials they used for the Vita theme. Oh, I can show that. That's really interesting. They showed off, like, art book materials for the special edition. So this theme, it's showing all the little Vita bubbles they had to make. And then it's showing the Steelbook design and the theme design. That's really interesting. I've never seen that before. Yeah, so it's showing some of the spoilers, bosses, CGs. But yeah, it's mostly just showing characters. But there is concept art. It's a really nice book. Good little stuff there. I love the Steelbook imprint over the years. Let's just put that under the big boy box. Now, we'll do you first. Little, oh my gosh, this thing is too cute. So here we have one of our main heroines sitting on, I think this is like a Monokuma duck, like, training potty, if I recall right. But a really weird little thing to include. And here is the piece de resistance. All right. This thing is shiny as a mother, but it is the only Steelbook of its kind. There's never been another Steelbook like this. Why this was a Korean exclusive, I have no idea. But really cool split art showing everything off. Nothing on the spine. Kind of makes sense. Here's a Vita case by comparison. So it's a little thinner than a Vita in terms of width. Not as tall as a Vita. This is I think they've used this mostly for codes and boxes before. Like, so probably a more popular one. If you got the Iceborne expansion for Monster Hunter, Best Buy had one of those like that. And then on the back, just shows off some more art. It's very glossy. And then check this out. It holds 12 Vita games. And they've never used this mold ever again. It is official Steelbook. It's probably one of the like most unassuming Steelbooks I've ever seen in my life. So I thought, what better way to test it than with Danganronpa? Let's see if there's a right and wrong way to put these in. I'm guessing the fingertip. There we go. There we go. Okay. So they fit in like this. So the round part's at the top, and you can just pop it out. It's very easy. Let's see there. Yeah, so it pops in and out. Really weird Steelbook. I don't know, like, why you would ever use this for your cartridges. Like, who's going to carry a Steelbook around with them to hold games? It's very interesting. But yeah, cool piece of history. Cool bit of Danganronpa history. I was gonna put like all the Danganronpa games in there, but I'm like, you know what? Let's just keep it pristine. But yeah, there is the Steelbook. Easily gonna be one of the weirdest things, but will definitely be getting displayed on my collection. Let's see if there's anything else in this. I think there is. I think that is it. Yeah, that is it. What a strange little collector's edition, but I had to show it off. Once again, thank you so much, Erik, for sending this my way. Cannot tell you how excited I am to have this. By the way, there are names for these. These are called mini Steelbooks. Most people don't know that Steelbooks do have like different names depending on like what kind of contents are in them, what they're made of, or whatever. But yeah, mini Steelbooks, really not common in the West. Mini Steelbooks for the PlayStation Vita, even less common. It's very weird, but really happy to have it in my collection. It's seriously like my most sought after Steelbook, which is kind of weird, but it's just ticks all those weird little niches. So The Vita Steelbook collection is complete for now. God hope I maybe will one day find something. But also, I haven't really shown off any Vita updates in a while, just because, hey guys, Sony hasn't really printed games for that system in a while, so hope you enjoyed this. Let me know what you think. Do you like Ultra Despair Girls? Do you also have the Korean special edition of Ultra Despair Girls? I would be very shocked, but let me know what you think in the comments below. Hopefully this video turned out well. If it didn't, this will be really awkward. And if it turned out well and you liked it, please consider subscribing. It does help. More content like this is always popping up on the channel. Weird stuff, unboxings, live streams, reviews, podcasts. Every little bit helps. Super duper close to 7K. But have a good rest of your day, everybody, and I'll see you later. Bye.